boys and girls. Today I'm going to read a book called When Sophie's Feelings Are Really, Really Hurt. It was written by Molly Bang, who also wrote the book When Sophie Gets Angry. We've read that one before. It's yellow. This book was published by Blue Sky Press. And it's got a picture of When Sophie Gets Angry on the back. Let's look inside. It's got nice yellow end papers. And this particular Blue Sky Press book was written by Scholastic, or published by Scholastic in New York. When Sophie's Feelings Are Really, Really Hurt by Molly Bang. Sophie loves to paint. She also loved the woods. Now Miss Mulry is telling the class, after school, find a tree you like a lot. Look at it carefully, the trunk, the branches, the leaves. Tomorrow you're going to paint that tree from memory. Ooh, that sounds like it might be hard to paint a tree from memory. Sophie already has a favorite tree, a big beech tree in the woods by her house. Whenever she feels angry or sad, she climbs this tree and her anger and sadness melt away. Do you have a place like that makes you feel better? Sophie feels good just walking toward her tree. Her breathing is deep and slow. She looks at the beech tree carefully. The trunk is thick at the bottom and thin at the top, like a long triangle. Oh, do you see the triangle? I do. And the branches grow straight out and that they curve. As she climbs, Sophie feels the smooth bark under her hands. She looks closely at the bark, the branches, and the leaves. When she looks up, the leaves glow in the sun. Sophie sits on a high branch and holds the trunk, memorizing everything. She climbs down and carries her memories home. I think I could do that. I could carry my memories home. In school the next day, Sophie is excited. She knows her painting will show how much she loves the tree. She can see it in her mind. But when she paints the trunk gray, it looks dull and sad. It feels wrong. My tree isn't sad at all, Sophie thinks. What can I do? What do you think she can do? Gray is kind of a sad color. She paints her tree turquoise blue. Wow, not sad anymore. But now she has another problem. If the tree is blue, what color is the sky? She comes up with a solution. Sophie paints the sky orange. Now the tree pops right out. The beech looks wonderful the way it makes her feel. But plain green leaves look too dark. Sophie remembers how each leaf glowed in the sun. She tries yellow and mixes in some green. She even knows this color's name, chartreuse. Yes! How can she make the tree still more wonderful? She paints yellow all around it as if it's shiny. She fills her shining tree with animals she has seen in the woods. Oh, is Sophie ever happy now? She laid her paintbrush down. She's ready to show everybody. Andrew looks over at her painting. Sophie, your tree is wrong, he says. Real trees aren't blue. Other children move closer to see. You made a goofy orange sky, too, Andrew says. Everyone starts to giggle. We're supposed to paint a real tree. Sophie, you did it wrong. Uh-oh. Are her friends being kind to her? I don't think they're being very nice. Sophie feels her face get hot. She stares down at her sneakers. She feels tears dribbling down her cheeks. She wants to just not be there. Everybody is giggling and whispering. Why did she do it all wrong? She hates her picture. She hates her picture. She hates to paint. Have you ever felt like that? Suddenly, Miss Mullery is there. What's happening, Sophie? She asks. She did it wrong, says Andrew. She made it all weird colors. Mrs. Mullery smiles. Sophie, tell us about your painting, she says. Do you think Sophie's in trouble? My favorite tree, Sophie mumbles. I did look at everything just like you said. The branches go straight out and curvy and the leaves are all jaggedy, and I tried painting the trunk gray, but it looked sad. Sophie's voice got stronger. So I painted it blue because that's how it makes me feel. How is that? Asked Miss Mullery. It makes me feel good and strong. Yep, says Miss Mullery, when I look at your picture, I feel that too. Look at all the children looking now. Do you think the picture makes them feel good and strong? She holds up Sophie's painting for the class to see. It's a beech tree, isn't it, Sophie? Sophie nods. She's feeling better. But trees aren't blue, Andrew said. That's true, Miss Mullery laughs. Sophie looked very careful and painted what she saw, she continues, and she used a color to show her feelings. Tell us about your picture, Andrew says Mrs. Mullery. It's a pine tree, Andrew says. It's twisty with a patchy bark. The pine needles are sharp and pokey. Sophie points to the roots. His tree is holding on to the hill like it will never let go ever. Yes, says Mrs. Mullery. Perhaps that shows some of Andrew's feelings about his tree. She holds up the two pictures. Both artists look carefully at the trees they made, and they are very different and very special paintings. Now let's put all the paintings on the floor. Find something special and different in every one. Maybe it's something you want to use the next time you paint. Well, those trees look very different, don't they? Look, this one is round and that one is tall. And this one has flowers and that one has animals. Sophie looks at her painting for a long time. Andrew looks at it too. Your blue tree does look kind of happy, he says. And I like how your tree holds on tight, Sophie replied. After school, Sophie walks to her beech tree, but she doesn't feel angry or sad or hurt anymore. Sophie loves painting, and she loves her tree. And she loves just being Sophie. I like that book. She got her feelings hurt, but then her teacher and her friends made her feel better again. It's nice to be happy, and it's nice to help your friends.